everyone, I am Karen Castaper, a summer student of Petra Christian University majoring in International Business Management program. As a finance student, it is very important for me to recall back the lessons that I have learned from my lecturers, especially from Professor Dr. Casey Chan. In addition, I must also understand my core competencies so I can plan my future career in the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years from now very well. Therefore, in this video, I would like to discuss about these 3 things.
To assist me in answering these 3 things, I will use the action learning formula developed by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. This formula consists of 5 steps. The first one, I need to answer what are my core competencies. Then, I need to give the reasons on why I need to know my core competencies. After assuring the importance of knowing my core competencies, then I need to start to think who I want to be, how to achieve my plan, and when will I achieve it. However, I could not deny that some of my past plans had gone right and wrong. Therefore, I also need to answer the question where it will go right or wrong. After knowing all of these things, I can analyze how much improvement should I do in order to achieve my plan. Now, I will explain those 5 steps one by one, starting from what are my core competencies. To answer this question, I would like to test my core competencies in 3 big categories. The first category is individual competence, the next category is team capacity, and the last category is organizational capability. In individual competence, there are 3 tests: learning styles, the general enterprise tendency or GIT test, and the Big 5 personality test. To know my team capacity, I need to use Veblen 9 team rules which will assess my capability in working with other people or in a team. In organizational capability, I have to use leadership self-assessment that will show my leadership capability in leading in an organization. So, the first test is learning styles. From this test, it can be seen that I am a theorist and reflector. As a theorist, I like to see how things fit into an overall pattern. Therefore, I am a logical and objective system person who prefers a sequential approach to problems. I pay great attention to detail, thus I need to be perfectionist. Because I am a thorough person, I also classify as a reflector. A reflector tends to organize everything. A reflector will think before acting, do thorough preparation, and rechecking the things that have been done. Therefore, a reflector will welcome the opportunity to repeat a piece of learning. While for the entrepreneurship GIT test, I score high in drive and determination. The average person scores 8 for this team, but I get 11 out of 12. A person who scores high in drive and determination is a proactive and independent achiever. This shows that I am a very hard worker. I will work really hard to achieve what I want to achieve, and I will not stop if I have not achieved it. That's why I do not believe in fate. The one who will control my destiny is myself. For the remaining things, I score below average of people. However, the one that is way below the average is calculated as taking. This means that I will not act and judge on the incomplete information, which align with my learning style result as a theorist. For the personality test, it turns out that I score high in agreeableness and consciousness. An agreeable person tends to be polite and like people. In terms of consciousness, it is aligned with my entrepreneurship GIT test in which I am considered as a hard worker. Furthermore, it is aligned with my learning style as a reflector. Since a reflector is an organized person, therefore it also makes me to prefer clean homes. Consciousness also means that the person is honest and following rules. I also quite high in extroversion. Extroversion tends to be social, which aligns with my agreeableness, where I like people. On the other hand, I score quite low in neuroticism, which means I tend to be patient. So those are my individual competencies. I'm a detail-oriented and organized person who believe in independent achievement and like to socialize with others. So how are all of those competencies going to affect my dynamic within a team? Based on Baby's 19 rules, it turns out that I'm an implementer and a shaper. As an implementer, I'm disciplined, reliable, conservative, and efficient. I turn ideas into practical actions that also aligns with my second high score in learning styles as a pragmatist. Other than that, as a shaper, I'm very good in setting goals and direction for my team. That is why I will ensure that the team keeps moving and does not lose focus in order the goals can be met. So, those are my team rules. So now let's move on to the last task. What will happen if I am being put in a leadership position? According to my leadership self-assessment, almost all 9 competencies are all on the same scores. My greatest strengths are setting directions and communicating. In setting direction, the characteristics are aligning with my Baby 19 rules result as a shaper. In communicating, I prefer to exchange information and ideas and using my ideas and methods to foster understanding and build productive working relationships within and outside organization. However, even though I get almost the same scores in the 9 competencies, I still need to improve my leading change competency to become a better leader. I need to start trying to look for better ways to get the job done, living on change and continuous improvement. So, after knowing my core competencies, the next thing that I need to do is to think critically in order to answer the question about why I need to know my core competencies. To help me to think about this question critically and develop good answer, I will not only ask one why, but 5 whys. So the first why is, why do I need to know my core competencies? It's because I need to know my most important 4 attributes. Why do I need to know my most important 4 attributes? It is because I need to know who I'm going to be. Why do I need to know who I'm going to be? It is because I need to know how much improvement I should do. Why do I need to know how much improvement I should do? It is because I need to plan my career in the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years from now. And why do I need to plan my career in the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years from now? It is because I need to achieve my plan. After knowing the importance of knowing my core competencies, the next question that I need to answer is who I'm going to be. To answer these questions, I will choose my 4 most important attributes accordingly with the result of my task. So the 4 attributes are organized, consciousness, logical, and analytical. From these attributes, I believe that I have a passion in becoming a master coach of financial analyst. According to Granville, a financial analyst researches macroeconomic and microeconomic conditions along with the company fundamentals to make business, sector, and industry recommendations. So, after knowing who I'm going to be, the next question will be how do I achieve my plan and when will I achieve it? To answer this question, I will use the SIO diagram. So, the first one is strategize. Here is basically my strategy to become a successful master coach of financial analyst. First, I need to find the requirements needed to become a financial analyst. Here are the requirements needed. Basically, I have fulfilled the intelligence requirement because I have learned the most powerful 3 lessons from Professor Dr. Casey Chan. For instance, data methods and ideas have helped my process to analyze the problems that I have faced, and 60 heads have allowed me to think differently from different perspectives. I also have fulfilled the personality traits and interests and motivation requirements. However, I have not fulfilled the experience, knowledge, and skills requirement. Therefore, I must enhance my experience, knowledge, and skills. Now is implement. Here I would like to analyze the project I have to do based on the cost, scope, and schedule. Here the projects are start working as junior financial analyst, taking the MBA degree itself. The cost will be the cost that I spent to take my master degree. and the scope will be the university that I choose and the company that I want to work. For the schedule will be my project timeline for the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years from now. In 1 year, I would like to graduate from Petra Christian University and achieve my bachelor degree in management. Also, I want to successfully accomplish my second cycle internship of Encompass at Sampurna, so I can join the management trainee program at there, namely the graduate trainee or GT program, for the next 2 years where I can improve my experience and skill in finance. By joining the graduate trainee program at Sampurna for 2 years, therefore I expect in the third year I will finish my graduate trainee program so I can start my MBA degree in abroad. Since it takes 2 years for finishing a master degree, therefore in 5 years I expect I will graduate from my master degree and I will go back to Sampurna to work as a manager of finance analyst. With 5 years experience as a manager, I would like to be promoted as the head of finance in Sampurna. Now, after implementing my strategy, I believe that I will be able to enhance my experience, knowledge, and skills in finance. Now, after strategizing, implementing, and operating, it is important for me to measure, monitor, and control my success based on KPIs. As I have said before that sometimes my past plans could go right or wrong, therefore the next question that I need to answer is where do my projects went right or wrong? Here I believe that self-development is a transformation process in which it is a continuous process from core competence to make a distinct competence. Here there are 5 processes, and each process sometimes can either go right or wrong, especially in the last 2 processes. Thus, it is important to have a contingency plan in every process. And now for the last question is how much improvement do I need to achieve my plans? To answer this question, I will use the help of 5 levels of leadership development. Based on the result of the 5 tests that I have done previously, I conclude that I still in the second level of the 5 levels of leadership development. However, I also have a plan to become a master coach of financial analyst, where it is at the highest level of leadership development. By using these 5 levels of leadership development, I realized that I still need to improve a lot of things. Therefore, I have to use my 6 thinking hats to improve my 6 types of power. For the first power is stamina power, which is related to the red hat. I need to ensure continuous learning in the latest development of industrial trend and management know-how to comply with the quick change of rate. The next is the communicative power that is related with the yellow hat. Here I need to improve my connection to add more source of referrals for getting more clients. Third is expert power, which is related to the white hat, where I need to increase my trustworthiness and credibility by gaining more experience, knowledge, and skills in working as a financial analyst. Fourth is adaptive power, which is related with the green hat. I need to integrate my management, leadership, and entrepreneurship in solving business problems. Fifth is response power and black hat. Here I need to redefine my self-development when it starts going wrong. Lastly is execution power with the blue hat, in which I need to re-engineer my plan by seeing from the big picture.
So to conclude this video, I have discussed about 3 things, my core competencies, my future career plan in the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years from now, and the lesson learned that I have learned from Professor Dr. Casey Chan. Therefore, to close this video, I would like to close it with an axiom. Discovering who you are today is the first step to being who you will be tomorrow. By Destiny Odyssey. Thank you.